Guys, and welcome to BrainSync 5. If you are new here, this channel is all about helping students understand certain subjects easily. And this subject I'm talking about specifically is biology, chemistry, physics, math, and English. So these subjects, I consider them to be the best 5 subjects, and these are the subjects that we mainly talk about in this channel. So in today's video, we are going to be looking at the introduction of biology. I'll be introducing biology to you, and by the end of this video, you are expected to understand or know certain things, such as you need to, by the end of this video, you will learn how to define biology, and then name and explain some branches of biology, state and explain the characteristics of biology, and by the end of this video I'll give you some questions to answer just like in an exam. So without talking about it any further, let's jump into the definition of biology. So what is biology? What comes in mind when you hear the term biology? So we can define biology as the study of life or living things. Basically, we just mean that in this topic, everything that is studied have to do with life. Now, the term biology comes from a Greek word which means bio means life, logy means study. And now, so if you put them together, they make something like the study of life. So when you put these bio and logy together, they mean the study of life. Bio means life and logy means study. So all together they make up study of life. That's just it about the definition of biology. So everything we study in biology have to do with life, such as plants, animals, human cells. So it's all about living organisms. So now that we've understood about the definition of biology, we need to look at some branches. Now, what do I mean by branches of biology? You see, biology, it is a very wide topic. It is a very big subject. It's a very big subject, and looking at it, studying it can take a long time. So they divided it into several branches to help learning easily. So now, what are some of these branches? The first one I'm going to talk about, it is botany. Botany is simply the study of plants. This includes studying about the reproduction of a plant, the growth of a plant, how a plant lives and eats. Everything that has to do with plants is studied in botany. You get? So now that we've done about botany, the next one, it is zoology. I'm sure by the term zoo, if you've been to a zoo, you can understand that it includes animals, right? So zoology is simply the study of animals. Everything studied in zoology have to do with what? Animals. You understand? So even human beings. Human beings are animals. So animals and human beings, such as the growth, reproduction of all living organism, animals specifically. So you understand, botany is the study of plants, and zoology is the study of animals. So the next one we are going to talk about is what? Ecology. Now, ecology is the study of living organism of how living organisms interact with each other and with their environment. So in this field, people study organisms, how they interact with each other and their environment. An example I can give is a fish. The environment of a fish, it is in the water, right? That is where everything it needs is located in there. Food and the other things, you see. So if you remove it from its natural environment, it will struggle to survive, simply because the environment you've put it in, it is not its natural environment. The next one is biochemistry. What is biochemistry? Biochemistry is the study of chemical reactions that take place in living organisms, such as respiration and digestion. This involves things that's happening internally with you, like when you take in certain substances, how do they affect you? You get, like when you take in medicine, that medicine is assigned for specific organs in your body. That reaction is studied in biochemistry. So that's just it about biochemistry. The next one I'm going to talk about, or the last one I'm going to talk about, it is entomology. Entomology is the study of insects. This includes the positive parts such as bees. You see, among insects such as bees, they bring honey, right? They make honey. So that honey is used for certain things in life. Now the negative part, it is mosquitoes. Mosquitoes bring malaria. So if these insects are studied, people understand how to handle them properly. You get? So all these branches here help us to understand better. Now that we have talked about the branches of biology, let's try to look at the characteristics of biology. Like what sets living organisms apart from other organisms, non-living organisms, what sets living organism apart from non-living organisms? So these are the characteristics we are going to look at here. The first one I'm going to talk about, it is movement. All living things show movement. You get? Every living organism move. They either the entire body or just certain parts of the body. But one thing you need to understand is that, see, living organisms move. You see? The next one, it is respiration. Respiration is a process by which living organisms release energy from food substances. So this is also another characteristics of living organisms. You see, I even forgot to mention earlier, there are non-living organisms that have certain qualities of a living organism, but only living organisms have everything if so for to run the purpose. So everything that we've discussed are contained by living organisms. You get? So these two I've talked about here are the characteristics of living organism, and also there's growth. Living organisms grow by increasing in size and numbers of cells. This growth is permanent. So when you grow up, you increase in size, right? You will not go back to the same as you were. So that is the difference between living and non-living things. Living organisms grow, while non-living organisms do not grow. So this is something that you just need to understand, you guys. Living organisms grow while non-living organisms do not grow. Like if you put a stone on a shelf, you will find it the same way it was even after traveling for 50 years, you see. That's just the difference. And then the next one, it is reproduction. I'm sure you've heard of this term, reproduction. This is just the ability of living organisms to produce new individuals of the same species. So living organisms produce offspring or children. This can be in two ways: sexual, which means it involves two parents, and asexual, which involves only one parent. There is a big topic just for this one. We'll discuss that later on, but for now we are just talking about the characteristics of living organisms. These are the things that you just need to keep in mind. And now let's look at the other: irritability or sensitivity. Living things can respond to stimuli such as light, heat, sound, or touch. I'm sure you can tell the changes in your environment, right? Like if someone touched you, you'll be able to feel it. If you are feeling cold, yeah, I'm sure that you'll be able to detect it. If the environment is hot, you'll be able to detect it. All these things are contained by living organisms. Now that we've talked about irritability or sensitivity, let's try to look at feeding or nutrition. All living things need food for energy, growth, and repair. Everything that is alive needs to consume something in order to grow or have energy. That is what sets us apart from something that is not living. You get? So the other one, it is what? Excretion. Excretion is the removal of waste products from the body. You see? Excretion is the removal of waste product from the body. And also there's a big topic for this one also. You remove certain toxic substances in your body that are harmful to your body if contained for a very long period of time. That makes you alive. Something that is dead or non-living cannot do this, you see, but only you can. Understanding these certain things may help you to know that you are alive. Right? And then finally, the last one that we are going to talk about, it is what? Cells. All living things are made up of cells, which are basic units of life. So cells are more like bricks, bricks stacked together to form an entire organism. So these cells are contained by all living things. They can be plants, animals, bacteria, but that is a topic of another day. For now, I really hope you understood all these characteristics. If not, please try to go back to the video or ask something in the comment section. If you reach this far, you are at least interested in learning more about Brainsync 5. So anyway, this is what I had for you guys. These are the things that what I had for you guys, and being able to understand these characteristics is one step to learning biology. You don't need to jump into major topic right away. You just have to understand these few things. You get it? So now, before you go, here are some questions for you. So here are some certain questions for you I prepared that you need to do. You will find the answers in the description, but I want you to do them first and then comment the answers. The first thing you need to do is to define biology. Secondly, state two branches of biology and explain them. Third, what is ecology? Fourth, list the characteristics of living things. The five, why are cells important in living organisms? So write your answers in the comment section or in your notebook here. Anyway guys, that is all I had for you, and I'm really grateful that you managed to stick around to the end of this video. I'm sure there are some who ended up, but you are one of the serious ones who reached this far. If you really like the kind of content I make and you want to see me more, I really appreciate it if you subscribe and share it to your friends. Thank you very much for sticking around. I really appreciate it. See you in the next video where I'll be talking about cells. Bye.